Competitor number 21 is was a captain in the Russian Army. I saw pictures of him last year on the Romanian Grand Prix. He finished third behind a couple of guys named Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman. Very impressive physique at today's prejudging. First time at the Ironman. Let's bring on Sergey Shelestov.
Bob, Sergey Shelestov, he actually finished third behind Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman at the 2006 Grand Prix over there in Romania. This is a guy who had a lot of people. I know Kevin Horton and Greg Merritt, they went over there and covered that European Grand Prix tour. They came back, and this is the guy that they were talking about.
Dan, this athlete is good. He really didn't get any good calls this morning. Matter of fact, I don't think he was called out until late in the third round, which is a travesty. You look at the musculature on this guy. Again, he's got a lot of muscle packed in there. He's put together very well, and I think he should have been placed a lot higher. I would have liked to have seen him compared against guys that were called out in the second round, and maybe given a chance to move himself up. But you can see this guy's physique is outstanding. He stood toe-to-toe with Jay and some of the bigger guys that we have to offer, and he held his own.
I like to see these guys stay wide, get a wide shot on this guy, because from shoulder to toe, he's pretty complete. I mean, there's no question that his lower body seems to overwhelm tonight to some degree. His legs are sliced. He's got great lines, thick quads, like you talked about his musculature. This guy is very real. It's going to be interesting to see. Of course, the last time there was a lot of hype about a Russian bodybuilder, it didn't quite work out, so it's going to be interesting to see where Sergey goes.
Well, he's going to get his just due. It's not going to be tonight. Again, he's not going to place in the top 6, 7 guys, and unless you're in the top 5 here, Dan, it really doesn't make much of a difference. But next week, again, I don't know if he's competing in the Sacramento. It'd be a good show for him, though. He would definitely be in the top 3, in my opinion. I think he's also in the Arnold this year. And this is a guy, again, that can bring himself, and he can dial it down just a hair more, and he can be freaky. That's a guy that can be an upset, Dan. He can be the dark horse going into the Arnold.
Bob, what does he need to do?
Well, again, he doesn't need any more muscle, that's for sure. So now it's just all conditioning. Boy, look at the flexibility on a 280-pound bodybuilder.
As Flex Wheeler sits in the front row watching him, very impressed.
He's very impressed. The one thing I would point out that's a detractment is his midsection, Dan. And you can see he's not keeping it in very well, and a lot of the guys, as they start sucking air out there because his posing is very difficult, you can see he's letting his midsection go a little bit. When he tightens it up, it's not bad, but he's got to draw that midsection down a little bit. If he can shave a few inches off on his waist, he's trouble.
Good job, Sergey.